turn my mic on so you can actually hear me. Hello everybody. So, thank you for joining. Good morning from Connecticut, USA. Hello Rick Stitches. Right. We're gonna see how we go with me being on the screen. I'm hoping that we'll do okay. Hi Janelle. Now I was quick saying hello to Janelle then. It hasn't actually popped up on my OBS yet. Now it has. So if you comment and I don't reply straight away, that's why. Because at the minute I've got you on my tablet just to make sure there's no buffering going on. So far, so good. So. Hi Robin. As you know, I'm stitching A Special Pleader. Sorry, I haven't finished my cup of tea. Must hydrate. Now, I've managed to get my IV cam mic working. I noticed on the end of my last live, it was okay for most of the stream, but then when I went onto a different screen, it went all hinky and really, there was some weird sounds going on. But hopefully we haven't got those weird sounds now. I've just got this mic coming through. But we'll see how we go. We'll get there one day. Hi Shannon. I do know that you've messaged me. I just haven't got around to reading it yet. Trust me, you're in my thoughts. You're in my back. Unfortunately, you're in the back of my mind because I've got the kittens, Tilly, Trixie. There's a lot going on here. But don't worry, I am on it still. Yeah, I'm stitching Special Pleader. I'm going to be doing it 2/1. We're stitching on 28 count, as you know from the last one. I haven't actually got much done from the last live that we did. In fact, I've got nothing done. Why am I pretending? Let me bung you over to my stitching. And there we go. There's the stitching. Now, is the sound still okay? Because I haven't got my sound on the tablet, because otherwise we'll have a weird echoing thing going on. We don't need that. Shannon, it's okay. I had problems with my messenger sending messages, so I wasn't sure if you had. All right, bless you. Yep, all good. Yeah, honestly, I haven't forgotten you. Even if I have to buy one and get it sent to you. Obviously, you know, through my Facebook, I've had a lot going on with the kittens, so we'll get it sorted, don't worry. Right, I can switch studio mode off. Well, so far, so good. Let's not jinx it, shall we? As I say, on our last live, you saw me stitch this tower. And now we're going to do the next one. I don't know how long I'm going to stitch for. We'll see. We'll just play it by ear. See how many join and how the stream goes. So, Janelle, sound is good. Great. It's right near my mouth, so I'm trying not to deafen you. If it does become too loud, just let me know, because all I've got to do is turn the volume bit down. But we'll see. We'll see how we go. Just let me know in the comments if it gets too much, and then I'll just turn myself down a little touch, because it is right near my mouth. And I'm mindful of trying to talk quietly, and that's not me. Right, I'm going to switch my YouTube off on my tablet then, because that appears to be working fine. I don't seem to have much of a delay. I think it is literally a few seconds, which is good. I'd say I don't want to jinx it, but so far, so good. Right, let's get stitching. Like I said, we're 28 count, 2/1. Are we 2/1? Yeah, 2/1. I can't remember who on the last live mentioned my ring. I normally wear like a purple ring on this finger. I haven't found it. I did look for it with no luck. Unfortunately, it'll be about somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 across. 2, 3, 4, and the counting begins. So anyway, how are we all today? Are we all stitching or knitting, or what are we doing? So with the kittens, my hands are very full at the moment. Luckily, I've fed them. They've done their potty business. They've had a good play. Knocked them out a little bit, so hopefully they'll sleep while we do this. So yeah, they're getting a lot more adventurous and high energy, so they take up a lot of my time at the moment. So stitching kind of took a back seat again for the last couple of days, but because I scheduled this live, there was no way I was going to miss it, so I'm hoping to do 2 a week. So I think our last live was Monday. So my plan is, now we know how my plans go, but the plan is to do a stitch with me every Monday and Thursday, because then even if I don't get any stitching done away from doing these lives, I will at least get a Monday and a Thursday in, even if it's only for an hour. Something's better than nothing, because we want to get this stitched. And once the kittens, right, that's in the wrong place, Ali. Once the kittens have a bit more of a routine for themselves and they don't quite need my attention so much, I'll hopefully get back to my regular schedule of stitching. But if not, as I say, the plan is to stitch with you guys twice a week. Get some content put up. Now I haven't really mentioned too much about my stand. Robin at work waiting for the day to get started. Oh, bless you. What job do you do, Robin? Hi Max, how are you today? How's the headache? I've seen that there's more storms due today, so I'm feeling like if you're anything like me, you might end up with a bit of a pounder again. My work is cross stitching. I'm a bit of a part-timer with it at the minute. Yeah, as I was saying, I haven't really mentioned too much about my stand. For those of you that don't know, Jason, who I live with, is making stands and selling them. He's not giving them away. He puts a lot of work into them, bless him. And he's also got his other job, his actual job to be doing. But yeah, it's called the A Special. Now I've bought the domain name, like the website, so we're hoping to get a website set up soon. He's extremely busy at work at the moment, so it's not took a back seat, but we're not pushing it too much because we want to be able to meet demand, and we don't want people to have to wait too long to receive their stand if they buy one. So I haven't got the website set up just yet, but I will do. And the plan is to do a video upload showing the stand, showing its capabilities, just so that people get a feel of what it is and how good it is. Because as you can see, there's no wobble. It's great. He's done an amazing job. considering how long my frame is, this one's the 101 centimetres, is it? Elbacy. I've got a Millennium frame coming soon, hopefully. So that's another reason why we haven't pushed it too much, because we want to make sure we get everything just right for every possible frame that you're going to be using. But because it is new, for this year, basically, everybody who purchases one, if they have any issues, you know, he's tweaking them. And then those tweaks that he's done for the people that have come back to us and said, oh, this isn't quite working, this is something you can do, he's then adding that on to his design, sort of thing. So, for example, Joe was the first one to purchase a spiking special. He sent her a few little extras just to try them out for him. Also Steph and Max. And there was a problem with the Q-snap holder. So naughty Joe didn't tell us straight away, bless her, but Max did. So he's gone back to the drawing board and done another Q-snap clamp. Sent that out to Max, and so far so good. It seems to be doing okay. She had a little bit of a problem, but that was because she was wrapping the fabric in with the clamp as well, and it can be a little bit touchy, but he is still in back to the drawing board type thing. So as I say, every time someone potentially comes to us with an issue, he will fix it, because he's a perfectionist. So, you know, the money that you're spending, it will be well worth it, because as I say, if you have any issues, he will make sure that that stand works for you. What we got ahead? So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a video upload of it in the near future, just to show what it's like. Where are we? What was I on? Oh, Max. Headache, gone, but got heartburn. Oh, no, bless you. Max again. They have changed the ingredients to the lemon yoghurt. Ah, right, okay, yeah. So it's causing you heartburn. Oh, that's not good. Ginger biscuits, or Rennie, or Gaviscon. Max, mine has been shipped. Oh, what, your frame? Brilliant. That's great. As I say, when mine comes, hopefully we won't have too long to wait. We'll get a clamp for that. He thinks that the Q-snap clamp should work. Obviously we're not 100% sure yet, but he thinks that that Q-snap, because it's multi-purpose, it should hold. But obviously we'll see. We'll tweak it. We'll fix whatever issue you might have with it. It might just be that you need an arm to support it, because obviously Millennium frames are a little bit heavier. But we'll see. We'll see how we go. I've got the lovely Josie who's been trying out the Q-snap as well, the Q-snap clamp, because she's got, I think she's got the other one, not the Millennium. What's the other one called? Almanac. I think she's got the Almanac frame. So, and also she only lives down the road from me, and Jason's had the bright idea of inviting her around and getting her to just try everything. She's going to be our little guinea pig, so that we get it 100% right. I've got a couple of other people that have purchased one. Well, one's purchased one, he's in the process of making, which is going to be going overseas, and there's another one that will be going to the Philippines. I'm just waiting for payment on that one, because he knew that one was coming through, so he's made that one as well. He just got a few tweaks to do to it, and obviously wait for payment. If payment doesn't come, then it can potentially go to somebody else, but we'll see. Robin, is there a pic of the stand? If you go on my All Things Cross Stitch Facebook group, I have got a picture of it up on there. If you type in Spiking Special on your search bar in Facebook, it should bring up Spiking Special, and then you'll find them there. Yeah, that's probably your best route. Just typing hashtag Spiking Special, and then it should bring up posts about it. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, that's another day that I'm going to be getting an upload done so that people can see what's what. So far, so good with it, but as I say, we're not running before we can walk. We're taking it steady, because otherwise he's going to end up with, he could potentially end up with 10 to 20 people all having issues, and he's got to fix them all at the same time. And yeah, he'd rather just do it the way he's doing it, which I think's great, because like most places, if you have an issue with anything you've purchased, they're just like, yeah, well, it's the way it is, and that's it. There's no helping you resolve an issue, whereas he will. Right, less of the waffling and let's do some stitching. You know me by now. Shannon, could you offer a layaway plan? Is a layaway plan basically like setting up a monthly payment scheme, or like fortnightly? Because we do that. One lady was doing that, and then she ended up just paying in full. But she was going to be doing £80 a month for 4 months. And then if she ever had any more, she would pay more, obviously. But but yeah, yeah, if that's what layaway means, then yeah, we are planning on doing that. We had a bit of an issue with PayPal with it, because at the end of the day, when you pay for anything, you normally pay it. You know, there's no waiting for you to receive it and then that money gets released to us. And we was having that issue with PayPal. In the end, the lady that was going to be doing a subscription type thing, she ended up just paying in full because it was such a nightmare. And also overseas, there's the exchange rate, and we wasn't actually going to be getting the amount that he needed. Also, he does need the money up front because steel is not cheap. So yeah, if people want to purchase one, it's a pay up front purchase. There's no wait for it to come and then it will release. We're not doing any of that, because it's a lot of work going into the stands. And if what have I done there? And if someone cancels that payment, that's a big chunk of steel / metal gone out for nothing, and it's not good. He could be losing 300-400 quid depending on what they've purchased. Right, I think I've gone wrong there. Let's have a look. No, I haven't. It's okay. So yeah, payment will be up front. But anyway, less about the stand, I think. We'll have a little live Q&A on it once we're proper up and running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, Ali, learn to count. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Robin just sent a request to join your page. Lovely. Max, are you doing tent stitch or full cross? I'm doing tent stitch, my love. 2/1 tent stitch. And there's none of this continental. I literally just go up, bottom left, down, top right. I don't mix it up. I don't like go sometimes top right to bottom left, or no, I just go bottom left to top right. I don't know if that is a little bit of a continental in there somewhere, but I just call it tent stitch. Oh god, more fingers and thumbs again. Come on. I've got sweaty palms, so we're struggling to get the thread through again. I don't like stitching in the summer. Well, it's not quite summer yet, is it? But in the heat, because I I really struggle to thread my needle. I may have to use a needle threader, and I don't particularly like needle threaders. I feel I'll lose my flow. But I'm going to be losing my flow doing it this way as well, so it's irrelevant really, isn't it? Alright, what we got? Looks like that, yeah. That's what I'm doing, 10 stitch, bottom left, top right. Yeah, I don't have any problems. Someone, I can't remember if it was on my Facebook or on my last video, they was asking about how I do the 10 stitch, and saying apparently the word is that if you just go left to right, like in one direction, just constantly doing it like that, it warps your fabric. I haven't found that, touch wood. I think because of my parking method, that prevents that. I've never had problems with warping. Also my tension as well, probably. I don't pull them too tight. I try and just let it sit. Occasionally I get a bit carried away and I do pull them a bit tighter, and I'm like, oh no, you're going to get lines. I do like to try and just let it sit on top of the fabric nice and gently, because as you're stitching, the rest of the stitching pulls the thread at the back tighter and tighter, so that's going to be pulling your stitches tighter and tighter. So if you've already stitched tight, that is gonna cause warping and lines and yeah, all that jazz. So I do try and just let it sit nice and gently. I don't like yank it. Let's do this stitch and then end the thread. So out with this, I end the thread as well. I mean, I could probably get a couple more stitches out of that, but if I stitch with that little bit of thread, I'm going to be pulling my stitches even tighter, trying to get the needle in, so I'd rather just end it. I don't do plain chicken, or I try not to. Sometimes I get carried away with myself and I do, but I do try and avoid it because I don't want to pull those stitches tight. Right, so what we got there? So we've done that row and that row. For anybody that didn't see the last live, I am doing this by page. My Royalrows method by page. Two lady homesteaders, hi. Summer started yesterday. I'm rubbish with seasons. It's really hot here where I am. Yeah, the sun's out beaming here, Max. Robin, I may try 10 on one of my heads. Yeah, it's not for everybody, but yeah, give it a go. I enjoy doing 10. I have got obviously my Mother of Dragon that I do full cross. And the thought process is if I do 10 stitch, it'll be quicker. But obviously you've got to be stitching it as well. And Max, and just ordered my material pack from Haid. Wow. Which one did you get? Robin, temps in Texas, US are in the 100s. I don't know what that is in our Celsius. Is it Celsius we use or Fahrenheit? I don't know anymore. My brain's not working today. Shannon, anyone been to a retreat before? I haven't, and I am going to one next year with Floss Friends UK, I think it is. I hope I haven't got that wrong. With Sammy. In the, is it the summer one I'm doing? No, I always get this wrong. It's either the summer or spring. I think it's the spring one that I'm doing. But yeah, that'll be my first one, and I can't wait. I want to go to a few over the next couple of years because I want to do a retreat, a Royalrows retreat. but I need to be going to retreats to know that know what I'm doing. But that's in the future. We'll see. Hi, Stitchy Dutchy. How is Joyce about? Have I missed a comment? Oh, it won't let me scroll up. Oh, it will. Have I missed something there? Oh yes, there you are. Hi all. Hi Joyce, how are you today? Hi. Hi Ali. It's been a while. Robin, I would love to go to a retreat, yeah. Here in Tennessee, on the side of this mountain, it is only 61 Fahrenheit. Stitch Dutchy, Joyce, by page-ish. Yes, good point. It is by page-ish. And thank you for that comment, because I can explain the Royalrows method with doing page. It is page-ish when it comes to doing the Royalrows method by page, because, for example, after this row, that's obviously a full row. Now my page break is midway through my next row. Only slightly. There's 2, so it's 18 deep instead of 20. But that's why it's page-ish, or just like page over, because I will do the tower, so it will go into the next page. I'm not messing about with breaks in pages and half completed towers. It worked the same way this side. I'm not too sure what's going on with my one actually. Is it a page break? I'm lucky because that is a page break, but it happens that side as well. Sometimes you can't quite see what I'm doing there. Done. So over here, this is my page break. So thankfully it is a full width of the tower. Whereas some patterns, it can go into the next tower or even just shy of this completion. So that's where the page-ish comes from. Thank you, Joyce, for reminding me, because I would have forgotten. There you go, let's bring you back there. Thank you very much. So yeah, by page-ish. So that's how I tackle, well, that's how me and Joyce tackle doing Royalrows by page. We complete towers, whether it be just shy of the page or just over the page. It's still a page. Anyway, I'm going to stop saying page now because it's starting to sound weird. You know when you say a word enough times, it ends up sounding a bit strange. Right, where was I? Let's come back over here. Max, Psyche's Dream J Wall. I don't know that one. I'll have to look that one up. Having trouble with the garden and these cool temps. Max, I've been thinking of setting a retreat up this end. Yeah. Joyce just popped in and I'm fine. Just swapped from knitting to stitching on as it. Lovely. Brilliant, Joyce. Good job you did come, because I would have forgotten the page-ish. It's lovely of you to jump in. Right, where are we? Let's do a bit of stitching. So, 2, 3. Now you might be thinking all of that for one stitch, but we've managed to park it below. So now within, I've got some more obviously stitches going on within this tower. I try and go from least to most, It's personal preference on how you do that. Finish the tower off, but I tend to try and go from least to most. And from top to bottom, because then everything can get covered, if that makes sense. But it's personal preference how you do that. What we got? 729. I personally am not bothered about a messy back, but if you look at Joyce's Her Majesty's Tea in the Afternoon, I think it's called, Her Majesty's Tea, something like that, her completion, I've got it on Royalrows Facebook group. She shows the back of hers and it looks spot on. You can still see all the detail of the pattern. So yeah, I find this method, it is okay for the back. It's not too messy. It may seem it to start with because you're getting all those threads in on that first row, but as you move along the pattern does emerge at the back. Now again, I'm struggling to find the holes, but that's only because I've got this camera right in front of my eyes. I think I'm doing alright. It's not because of anything going on at the back, it is literally just because I'm stitching at a further distance than I normally would. Sorry, I keep coughing in the phone at you. Might even grab the kittens at the end of this live and let you all have a peek. See if they're awake. They're getting very big, very energetic, but still very adorable. Trixie's in the vet on the 3rd. Ah yes, so the 3rd is a Monday. So I won't be doing a live on that Monday. For those that have hopped on and didn't catch me talking about what I'm going to hopefully do live-wise, I'm planning on doing 2 a week. Planning for Mondays and Thursdays because I have my hands full with the kittens. And then obviously I've still got Trixie and Tilly to look after as well. They tend to look after themselves a little bit, but obviously I like to give them that extra bit of fuss because I don't want them to feel any sort of way with the kittens being around. So they get a bit of extra fuss. But yeah, I'm not getting much stitching done, so I'm setting aside at least an hour on a Monday and at least an hour on a Thursday just to do a live with you guys, get some stitching done, so that I get my stitchy fix. I don't know how that's going to pan out when the kittens are a bit bigger and free roaming the bungalow, but we'll see. But yeah, as I was saying, Trixie is at the vet on the 3rd, which is a Monday, so I probably won't get a live done that day. But I'll still do the Thursday. But we'll be on the Monday coming up. We'll get a schedule done later on today, or possibly tomorrow. So yeah, get some content up and get some stitching done with you guys so it doesn't get too neglected. Gotta have my stitchy fix. That one, 3821. I haven't haven't seen Tilly this morning. I think she's hiding out. Well, I saw her about 8:30 this morning. She came in, had some food and went back out again. With the weather being nice, I've had the window left open for her, so she can come and go. That's what she's used to in the summer. Well, the nicer weather. Now the rest of this tower is just this colour, so once again it's looking like an hour are we? No, 37 minutes at the minute, but I might be able to get another one done. What do you think? Oh, what's going on there? That didn't feel like that actually budged much. Did we go in the wrong hole? I think we did. I think we can get away with it though. Naughty me, I should have frogged that really, but you can't tell. I think I went down the hole instead of across, but you can't tell, so it's all good. I'm doing the loop method start and then obviously finishing off to the right. The plan is to still stitch this exclusively. Everything else is in timeout so that I can get this one done. It may take a while. I was meant to calculate how long it's going to take me, but I didn't get around to it. As I say, I've got my hands full. But yeah, I am going to try and figure out, like, I don't know, if I stitch the Monday and the Thursday and do, say, 2 or 3 towers, how long will it take? We will calculate it one day. Let's get a page finished first. Page-ish. Has anybody got any plans for the weekend? My plan is to not do much at all. Next weekend I've got my nephew staying over because my sister and her husband are going to London for the weekend because it's his 50th, so she's treating him, and I'm going to have their youngest boy. They've got 2 other boys as well, but they're adult teenagers, so one's 18, no, I think he's 19. Oh my god, that's terrible, can't remember how old he is. I know he turned 18, so that was last year. He might be 19 now. I know his birthday's near mine, so yeah, he's 19. And then his brother is 21 maybe? I don't know, I'm rubbish with ages. Anyway, I've got the youngest. Don't ask me how old he is because I just cannot remember. He's probably 12 maybe, 11, 12. I don't know. 2 lady homesteaders. I can't believe how quickly you stitch. Must be those young eyes. Young eyes, thank you. Oh, that means so much. But I haven't got young eyes and they are terrible. This is, I'm just stitching quick with this last colour because I know that it's every hole, because it's the last colour of the tower. So literally come up, go down, come up. And then when it is other colours and I'm having to look at the tower, as I'm going down a stitch, so like I've come up, and as I'm going down I kind of look to see where the next stitch is going to be and then bring it up, and then that's my little weird method of doing it. So I'm not doing the stitch, stopping and then looking and then going. I'm doing it all at the same time. Well, if I stitch quite quickly, hopefully I'll get this done quite quickly. Joyce, it looks like you're stitching gold. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's very autumny colours going on with this piece. nice yellows and slight browns. Like I say, look gold. Hi Sam, short lengths of threads maybe. Robin, she does stitch fast, bless her. Sam, what do you mean short lengths of threads maybe? I forgot what I was talking about for that comment. I don't know. Max, hopefully stitch this weekend. Yeah. Ali, we are still getting everything moved and put into the correct place. We just moved to our new house last weekend. Yes, I did see you put a post up. I believe it was you put a post up of your new home, your new forever home. Congratulations. Hope that the move isn't, or wasn't even, too stressful. I know moving can be stressful. Max, you will find tent stitch does go fast. Yeah, no, it does go fast. Obviously, because you're only doing half of that full cross. I do believe they are referring to how quickly I do just stitch in general. Coming up and down. There's not a lot stopping and starting, other than when I'm waffling. Although I'm doing quite well with multitasking, I believe. You know, like as I say, the rest of this tower is just this colour, so it's easy just to stitch away and chat. Whereas I am able to chat, stitch, and look at my pattern keeper for where the next stitch is going, and I don't tend to lose my flow. Quite proud of myself, really. Obviously, I don't try and go fast, because that's when mistakes happen. It just naturally happens as I get my flow. Sometimes I'm slower than other days. Just depends on how the day goes. You know, sometimes you can get to the stitching and everything goes wrong. And then other days it just goes so smoothly. You get a really good flow going. Right, we're running out of thread, so we're going to be ending this in a minute, because I don't want to play chicken. Do we bother getting one more? Yeah. It's not pulling. That's it. Next one's going to pull, so let's end that. Off to the right. It's now stuck in my brain about ending my threads on that second stitch into the following tower. I did try and end it mid-tower, but it just didn't work out for me. I'm just so used to ending it right there where I do it. Again, that's going to be personal preference for people on where you end and how you end. Preferably, if you can go to the right, do that, because you need those threads going in all directions. It's a bit warm. Robin, hoping to stitch this weekend. Next weekend, going on vacation to see my mum for 9 days. Oh, that's lovely, Robin. I hope you have a good weekend next weekend, and hopefully you get some stitching in this weekend. Sam, in relation to the speed. Ah, right, yeah. For the length of my thread, maybe. It could be, yeah. Obviously, because the thread isn't very long. I'm not like that. I don't know. Possibly. 3821. Anne, hi Anne. Is that 25 count? No, it's 28 count. I do normally stitch on 25 count, but on this piece I opted for 28. It's not much different to 25 count, to be fair. Obviously it is a bit smaller, but it doesn't, if you can stitch on 25, I think you can stitch on 28, because there doesn't appear to be much difference. Oh my god, it's very warm. I should have put a fan on. Ah, Miss Karen, hello. Thank you for stopping by. I'm honoured. Just stopping for a short visit. No problem. Thank you very much for jumping on. How are you? For those of you that don't know, I received a lovely pattern from Miss Karen and well, it was a full kit basically. I can't remember what she's called now. She did a little competition thing, a little, shall we use that word, giveaway. She did a little draw and I won. I never win anything, but I won, and I won her full kit. What is that noise? So I've got my door open, so if you can hear all the squawking or whatever's going on out there, I apologise. Wow. Yeah, as I say, I'm stitching this exclusively, so unfortunately Miss Karen's piece that she did send me, it won't get stitched on just yet. But as we all know, my plans don't always go to plan, so we'll see. I might end up bringing it out for a surprise visit one live. Oh my god, we've got crows going on, I think. Shut up! Miss Karen, doing well, getting ready to put the clutch together from the Mary Hickmont sampler. On my 28 count, I need a magnifier to stitch 25. Yep, young eyes. I don't know, I never get on with a magnifier. Like you say, maybe it is because my eyesight is actually half okay. My distance isn't, hence why when I am looking at your comments I'm like but stitching I'm fine. I do wear glasses normally for watching the TV and things, because it is quite, the writing side of things are can be quite blurry, so yeah. Why is that heart in the way? That fuck away. Can't see my comments. Ugh, I've got a stupid little bubble heart in the way and I can't move it. There we go. No. Karen, it was my hard anger cell and I'm making it into a clutch. Oh, that's clever. Hello, Betsy. Let's all give Ali a thumbs up. Oh, bless you, thank you. Is your pattern 250 by 550? Then it's 27 rows, 75 towers, so over. Oh my god. Joyce, what are you doing to me? What is mine? Let me have a look. You're trying to calculate how long it's going to take me, ain't you? You're naughty. Well, you're not naughty, actually. It saves me doing it. Yeah, it's 750 by 555. Then it's 27 rows of 75 towers, so over 2,000 towers. It's more than that though, isn't it? The total stitches is 41,006, no, 400, I wish it was 41,000, 416,250. So if I divide that by 200, that's how many towers it is. So call it 416,000 plus one tower. That's such a quicker way of figuring it out. Why didn't I think of that before? Just divide it by 200, because that's how much is in a tower. Obviously round it off to the nearest tenth, is it? Oops. Come on then, who's got the calculators out? Joyce, with 4 towers a week, just under 10 years. Yeah, we'll have to do more than that, won't we? Yeah, we need to be doing 4 towers a day, really. I feel like I've got children and I need to try and get stitching done while they're sleeping. Or out. Whereas mine aren't going to be out. They are in the bedroom at the minute, but it's going to be a while before they're let out. As in able to just jump out the window and go on their jolly way. Once they are a lot more, well, they're already hype, they're already full of energy, running around, chasing each other. We're going to have to make sure, once they're jumping higher, because they are starting to climb and stuff, we have to make sure the window's shut, make sure the door's shut. We don't want them getting out. That's going to be fun. Because Jason is always in and out of the door. And he's not very good with keeping the cats in anyway. The amount of times I've said, oh, that's it, Tilly can be in for the night. And then he goes and opens the door and lets her out. The nightmare. Right, I feel like, because of my waffling, this has ended up taking nearly an hour. I was doing well. I'm going to be starting another bit of thread just to finish this tower off, I think. I believe in one of my videos someone commented about how I'm stitching like coming up from the left and down the bottom right, that I will be using more thread, because obviously now this row here I'm coming back on myself, so you're kind of using that little bit more, but it really doesn't concern me. I've kitted this out myself, well, not myself, the lovely Abby at Cross and Crafts kitted it up for me, but I'm not worrying myself with how much thread I'm using. I don't feel like I use much more. So yeah, if you're a thread phobe, feel like you don't want to be using any extra, or don't ask me if you do, because I haven't got a clue, because it just does not concern me. I just stitch. Whatever thread gets used, gets used. 3, 8, 2, 1. Let's get this little tower finished and then we'll see what we're going to do next. See if we're going to do another. I'll call it it. The thread looks quite shiny. Is it DMC? It's CXC thread. It might just be because I've got 2 lights shining down. I've got a lamp thing here. Can we get it into shot? Oh, that's it, Ali, mess about. Yeah, I've got a lamp here. And then the flash on my phone going on as well. So that might be why it seems a bit shiny. I guess it might look a bit shiny. I don't know. I do like these colours though. They're nice and soothing. They're not too in your face. And like you said, it does look like I'm stitching with gold. Right, that's that tower finished. Dun dun dun. We finished a tower. Right, what's going on with this? That wants to go up a bit. Mark off those. Go across here. What we got going on here? Got too many colours going on this tower. Okay, bear with me. I live on a side of the mountain. What is CX? It's CXC. It's just another form of thread. You've obviously got your DMC. It's still the same number codes. If you want to get DMC 301, CXC still do the same number. It's just another type of thread. Now, how do I put it eloquently? It's a bit fluffier. It's a bit softer than DMC. DMC can feel quite coarse, but it's a lot fluffier. Don't ask me where they source it from because I don't know. I believe it's China, but I could be wrong, so I'm maybe not the best person to critique it too much. But Betsy, it truly looks like you're spinning gold. Lovely. Yeah. Sam, opinions on the thread? I like the thread. I don't mind either. You know, I don't mind DMC and I don't mind CXC. It is, don't get me wrong, it is softer. It's not quite as coarse. But then, as I say, DMC, it's not coarse to the extent where you're like, oh, it feels horrible. So, but for price wise, yeah, I think CXC is the way to go because it's a lot cheaper than DMC. Now, as I say, I don't know if I'm the right one. Now, is that a missed stitch there? It looks like that's a missed stitch. Why have we not got a stitch in there? What have I done there then? Is it? Can you guys tell? Let's zoom in. I'm just going to zoom you in a second because I can't quite tell. Yes, I have. I've got a missed stitch. Can you see it? It's where this part thread is. Let me get my needle. Look, I've missed a stitch there. Don't quite know how I've done that, but anyway. What colour is it? Is it because it was a multicolour thing? And yeah, it was. So here we go. Here's a little pointer for you. Don't quite know why I've parted this bit of thread anyway, because it's tiny. Let me zoom back out. As I say, I've missed a stitch in the tower above this. What did we have it on? I think I have it on about 2.5-ish. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just literally going to fill this stitch in. I'm going to show you. So I've highlighted it on my pattern keeper to see what colour it was, and it's this little bit of thread here. Again, I don't know why I've parked such a tiny piece of thread, but what I'm going to do is grab the thread, go back down, and I'm just going to stitch it. And I am actually going to end the thread because I don't like how small it is. So there we go. That's the stitch fixed. And we'll finish that bit of thread and then unmark it Compact keeper is parked. That's it. Done. Problem solved. It's because the previous tower, there was a lot of this colour, and it was probably my last colour that I used within that tower, and just stitched away, and obviously missed a little one. I don't think I've got any more in there. Nope. Lovely. Right. Whew. My cup of tea is very cold now. Well, it definitely looks shinier. And price comparison. Now price, it's been a while since I purchased DMC. But when I was purchasing DMC, the DMC thread, I think it was something like 75 pence. Yeah, the CXC is only 33. So it's a lot cheaper. And I believe DMC threads went up again. So I don't know. I believe CXC is still 33p. I might be wrong because I don't tend to just look anymore. I just email Abby at Cross and Crafts. I let her know what pattern I'm doing, what fabric I'm stitching it on. Sorry if you heard that. I thought I switched my notifications off, but clearly not. Yeah, Abby at Cross and Crafts is great. You tell her what fabric. She does the fabric as well. Count. Extra border. She'll work it all out for you if you need be. I obviously work it out myself anyway and just let her know, but she double checks it, and if I've gone wrong she'll tell me. But yeah, you just send the colour chart, you know, what do you call it, the floss usage chart. Just send her a copy of that, and then tell her what you're stitching, whether it be 1/1, 2/1, 1/1 full cross, 2/1 full cross, tent stitch, whatever you're stitching, and she will sort out your floss for you. If you buy both, if you buy the threads and the fabric, you get a 10% discount. So she's great, absolutely amazing. But as I say, price wise, I'm sure it's still 33p, but I might be wrong. But again, I don't look because I don't need to, because she's so good and the price seems so great. I mean, I think this one was only like £68 or something. It wasn't a lot at all. So yeah, CXC for me. DMC is about £1.30 now. Wow. In Hobbycraft, that is. Yeah, I shouldn't really be saying other vendors, I don't think. Oops, my bad. Not in a negative way anyway, but then it's not negative. Hobbycraft's awesome. They can't help how the price of DMC has gone up. You know, they've got to cover their backs. Shannon and I get CXC from Cross and Crafts at 33p. So it is 33p. Cool. Yep. Right, well, I don't think I'm going to bother doing another tower. We're 1 hour and 5 minutes in. I think I'm going to behave. As I say, I'll probably do another live. No, probably. I'm going to do another live Monday. You never know, I might do an impromptu one in the coming days. If I don't, well, if I do, I'll still do one Monday. We'll just see how the day takes me with the kittens. Bless them. Do I go and fetch the kittens? Because I need them awake anyway. Or do I try and get some more stitching done? Now, why am I ending parking threads like that? That is just ridiculous. Yes, I can get a couple of stitches out of it, but berserk. Would you like to see the kittens? Oh, I first need to uncross my legs because I've given myself a dead leg. Oh my god. Oh, well, it seems like the live went okay. There was doesn't appear to have been any issues. So fingers crossed. We're all good. I've got scratches all over me. Look. Let me zoom out a little bit. The kittens are lovely, but they're getting feisty. I do distract them with toys before anybody says anything. But they do catch me every now and then. Little monkeys. They're not very big scratches, but still. There's my Royalrows tattoo. Whoop whoop. But yeah, I've got a few little nicks. My veins look terrible today. In the US, DMC is only cents or 49p. Yeah. Lucky you. Lady Homesteader, thank you for teaching this old lady. Oh, bless you. Ugh, dust on this table is terrible. I must do some adulting today. I think I am going to be calling that it. I'm going to go and grab the kittens, see if they want feeding. I need to shut that door so they don't escape. If you head over to my Facebook, you can see plenty of posts about the kittens. I'm often updating photos and things like that. Right, I need to close this down for a sec, because I'm finding I'm cutting my stream short on YouTube. So I don't know if it's because I'm ending the stream too quick on here. I want to make sure that the whole video, the whole live is there for people returning, for people watching later on. What I'm looking for, YouTube. Duh. Max, loved the live. Oh, bless you, thank you. I've enjoyed it as well, to be fair. It's good. 15 of you watching. Wow, thank you all for joining. Oh no, 16. Oh no, that's because I've just gone on. Duh. Silly am I. Oh my god. I'm not getting a lot of sleep. I don't know if you can tell. Let me close that down. Open that. Yeah. Thank you all for joining me. It is much appreciated. Let me go on to the welcome screen. Oh, thanks for your comment. See you, Joyce. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate everybody that watches. Thanks for your company, that says. I couldn't see it because of the heart and it's just come up on here. Thanks for your company. Yeah. You're very welcome. Two lady holders. A term of endearment is to call a lovely young lady baby girl. So see you again soon, baby girl. Oh, bless you. Thank you. Karen, thanks. Have a great day. You too, Karen. Thank you for joining. I do. I appreciate it. It's lovely of you to have jumped in. I'm royalty, but it's always nice to have the Queen of Stitching about. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on. Thank you all, and for those that are watching later on, sorry we missed you. Hopefully catch you again. Hopefully catch you on the next one, which will be Monday. So yeah, have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you Monday. Love you all, but not as much as cross stitching.